Fly. Rose with another miss.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
The Heat trailed by 3. The feed to Durant. Shoots the 3. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And that's now 19 points for Kevin Durant. Back to Curry. Bogut with a screen on Rose. Curry passes to Bogut.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
The baseline J. Kept alive. And it's Biyombo with the jam.
Showing us a little force on that putback, Kev.
Well, there was no way he was going to let that chance slip away.
No, sir.
Hey, guys, but how about the positioning there when the shot went up? Beautiful.
And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time.
Trey Burke's checked in for Derrick Rose. The Heat have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
Well, clearly, guys, Trey Burke is a guy who is talent, drafted number 9 overall 2013, grew up in Columbus, Ohio, went to the University of Michigan. But so far, you know, Greg, in the NBA, he's been a bit of a tweener.
You know, that's a great point. And part of the issue is, you know, he was a scoring guard in a point guard's body. And one thing that happens in college when you're the best player, it's a lot easier. Now you move up to the next level, you have to change what you do on the floor to impact the game. And that's been a challenge for him thus far early in his career.
Interesting. Durant attacking. Denver grabs the miss. Tenning's got his 3rd rebound tonight. From deep. And it's Durant with the rebound.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat.
Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
Well, 8 lead changes, Kevin, so far as the teams are battling it out here in the 3rd.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
And, you know, going back to Trey Burke, for a guy with a scoring mindset, he has some limitations there. His field goal percentage is under 40 his first 2 seasons. Part of that is because he doesn't have the explosiveness to get to the rim.
A different look for Denver. Rasul Butler's checked in for Dang. Curry comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Joseph in for Steph Curry. And Rose wide open. He shoots. And the shot falls short this time.
And you know, talking about Trey Burke, at his size, he needs to become a more consistent playmaker. I know he's a competitor. Very successful in college, wants to play a lot of minutes in the pros. But to do that, he needs to reshape his game and I think adopt a pass-first mentality. How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time. You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3-ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well. I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
Outside Rose. And 1:01 left in the third. Shoots from the high post. Shot clock at 5. Here's Carroll. And he's on the money with his first shot today. Carroll's got his first basket. Curry kicks to Zhang. All alone. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Knight wide open, but they'll get another chance. The dish now to Carroll. Stolen by Joseph. It's 2-on-1. Up the floor. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Butler.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
It's Curry with the drive.
That's his first personal.
Rose. Can't get it to go.
Andrew Bogut. Nick Collison.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. So for the Heat, their last game, a loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles. Mirza Teletovic out there with Bogut. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Dang. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. The Heat trailed by 4. And it's Rose penetrating. Curry with some nice D.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
That drops.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
I agree with you. I mean, and now that we're moving deeper into the fourth, it's really the point where they add a few more points to the lead, and I think they can put this thing away and consider it over.
Knight with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. The kick out to Rose. The wide open look for Durant. Again, Durant missing. The Nuggets leading by 7. Outside Dang. For the 3. Another miss by Dang. He'd have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Durant with another miss.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter. And, you know, looking at Andrew Bogut, he's been one of the game's best centers. I mean, obviously injuries have saddled him a little bit over the years, but he's made it through 67 games each of the past 2 seasons.
Well, going back to Bogut when he's healthy, he's a very difficult matchup for any opponent. Greg, one of the great rebounders and defenders certainly in this game now. He also, though, gives you points from the blocks and with timely putbacks.
You know, he's become an unsung hero in a sense. Not the flashy guy who entered the league, but more of a very talented lunch pail kind of guy who simply wants to do his part.
Looking at the game Rose has been having, 9 points, and he's added to his totals by picking up 3 points at the line as well.
Yeah, that'll balance out that stat sheet nicely. I mean, you always want to see at least a few points from the free throw line.
Middleton dishes to Curry. 5 to shoot. For 3. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got his 4th rebound in this one. Knight, that's a 2-pointer. And right through it goes. Denver leading by 3. Bogut sets a screen for Curry. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Curry's got 10 points here in the second half.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. He told the squad, now is the time when we turn it on and leave them in the rear view mirror. It won't be easy, but guys, I know we can put them away. Let's see if they can deliver, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself up. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level.
And Kevin Durant with the slam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Curry outside. Again, Curry missing.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
They've had a strong game on that front, Clark, no doubt about it.
Nuggets call timeout.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Cannot be happy with how things have gone during this run. I think it's a good decision to take a break.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he had to do something. They're getting buffaloed and beat up. He couldn't let that continue. He had to call the timeout there.
A different look for Miami. Damari Carroll comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Brandon Knight in for Waiters. It's Curry with the drive. Here's Teletovic. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Denver.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Couple that with just how well they've shot it from beyond, and they've made this thing look easy.
And the Heat call time here.
Your Nuggets.
And a new group in for the Heat. Biombo, he's checked in for Mahinmi. Turner comes in for Mbamute. Durant's checked in for Damari Carroll. And it's Rose in for Burke. It's Durant with the drive. Shoots from the right block. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
And this has really been a well-played game up to this point. And you know what? I bet it stays that way until the end.
I certainly hope so. I mean, it's been a terrific contest, and there's nothing like a pair of teams just balling out the way they have been.
Just 5 on the clock. Turner with the steal. And here's the fast break. Knight leading the way. Cannot hit. Great D that time for Middleton. Curry with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. There's a screen. Feeds to Teletovic. Back to Curry. 6 to shoot. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Rose.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. He has 20 points, and he's drained 4 3-pointers here as well.
And with more to come, you know, it wouldn't hurt to keep getting him the basketball.
And he does get the second one, and that gives them the lead.
And you can sense that the pressure might have gotten to him a little bit, but he did do enough to put them in the lead.
And it's Rose missing.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Here's Curry. He dishes it to Teletovic. It falls!
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Looking at Denver, they want to turn it around after the loss to Golden State. Here's Durant. Here's Biombo. And the rejection by Jank. And so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last. Tests between conferences. The Pepsi Center here in Denver, Colorado, where the Nuggets take their home floor. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season. A year ago, they each gained a victory at home, but couldn't secure a win on the outside Leonard. It's tipped.